good morning. Good morning. We are actually having the No Way. Oh, it's Yes Way, Jose.
Yes Way.
What happened? You know why I said no? Because we almost didn't have it.
Oh, yeah.
This weather out there, we got hurricanes and tornadoes and everything going on there. I think earthquake. I think maybe an earthquake.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
So good morning to everybody. Yeah, it is the Yes Way, Jose, and I am Jose, the celebrity of all time.
Celebrity of all
Have we
time.
voted? I voted for it twice.
That's what you keep calling yourself. I'm just
Yeah.
going to go ahead and accept it.
yeah, I think it's okay
Yeah.
because I mean, kind of
Your name's
started-
on the podcast. So,
That's what
yeah.
I'm thinking. But
You're,
anyway,
you're the biggest celebrity here, I guess. Yeah.
no, we've got a pretty good one here today. We got a good
boy.
one on our show today. But I want to make sure everybody. Good morning. First of all, just want to tell everybody. Listen, we're actually doing this podcast now, and we're going to try to get it out next few days. But we want to make sure everybody knows that when we're doing this right now, please be careful. It's Friday the 27th. We want to make sure people are safe out there. We're not expecting some real high winds and a lot of water, and we know how that water does in Shepherdsville.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty out there.
Yeah, so be careful out there. But obviously, we want to get together. We're kind of joking about the fact that we're all here doing this podcast with the bad weather outside. But that's who we are.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what we're.
We
are
never
doing
quit. Never
10
quit.
10 feet of snow. We're here.
I don't know about that.
Well, you're gonna. All right, maybe that's it.
We live over 44 Hill.
that's
I don't
right.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to work.
While I appreciate the well wishes for people, it'll be long past by the time this comes
true,
out.
too.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be like,
It'll
we
be
did it
too
right.
late.
When was that? When was that? But
I'll be like, Jose, I wish you warned me before.
We still got one more in the can.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. We do have some more episodes. But anyway, so good morning to everybody. What we want to do more than anything else is let you know that, again, with not knowing this one's coming out, obviously our food truck invasion, we had to postpone
Yeah, I know.
that. But,
Oh, yeah.
But so when you do listen to this, you will actually know that it's going to be scheduled for November the 3rd.
November 3rd.
So we'll be there. I'll have it. It'll be a great venue. I think that we decided that because we think that's still in the good weather here in Kentucky, Anna. So,
Yeah.
So we should be good with that. But anyway, we have
It'd be nice fall weather out there.
Absolutely. But before that, though, we have a Oktoberfest coming in the park. Salt River Brewing Company, a new partner for Shepherdsville. They're going to put a brewing company downtown.
I've been seeing that logo with that fish on it everywhere.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's a good logo.
So we're excited about having them, Adam Kelty and Andy. I can't think of his last name. He's a great guy. So they were working together to put this, and we're excited about having them as a partner downtown. The 12th, we got a Mayor's Walk, and we have already designated the 5K in the park. So we are doing trails already right now and putting some mulch down. We're eventually going to have it all asphalted, but just to have it for our Mayor's Walk, and it's a pajama walk.
Uh-oh.
Now, I know you're going to ask me. I'll go ahead and answer. I've got Beetlejuice pajamas for this event. I'm so excited. So we're going to have that on the 12th, and then the 19th we have a Spooktacular, and then we'll come back November 3rd and have our food truck invasion. So a lot of stuff going on during the time. I think the biggest thing for us is we're continuing doing good things with good partners. And I got to tell you, I'm always excited about what's going on next in Shepherdsville. But our downtown area is really a big focus to us to have things down there. And so this guest we have today, his family's been around for 1,000 years.
1,000 years.
Well, maybe it's 100 years, but it sounds like sometimes 1,000. But then we got a great guest. I want to introduce Troy Beam with Tourism, and we're glad to have him as a partner. Good morning, Troy.
Well, thank you all for having me. I really appreciate being here, even though it is a little bit inclement outside.
Yeah,
But
it is.
we'll get through this, and
absolutely.
everybody get through the day, and better weather coming for all your great events that you got coming on.
Yeah, we're excited about that. And obviously, just so you all know, the Whiskey Wine Ale, a great job. And we're looking forward to that every year.
Yeah.
Troy, you guys did a wonderful job with that. It was a spectacular event.
Yeah.
A great way to showcase some of the things we do. And it gives something for the families here that we really want to make sure. So I think that's awesome. So tell people a little bit, some of the things you did. We talked about the kiosk. I loved it if you spend a little bit of time on that and some of the things you're doing in tourism, because I know that's what you do and you do it well. So talk about that.
Okay. Well, of course, we were fortunate enough to get some ARPA dollars. I know, of course, cities got them all over the state, but the legislature was good enough to give some to tourism this time, and it was pretty substantial for a lot of tourism commissions across the state. So we were able to do some things that we haven't been afforded to do over the last several years. I mean, we have a nice budget, but when you add the ARPA money to it, it really, really helped. And so we were able to buy, I think it's about 20 kiosks,
cool.
which are these touchscreen kiosks that you'll see around in the hotels, attractions, and we do have them here in
City Hall.
Shepherdsville.
We have
City
one here
Hall.
at City Hall when you first come in.
Yeah, we got one down at Bullitt Fiscal Court, and we actually just put one in up at Hillview. So,
cool.
Mayor Edens was very pleased with that, and we put one in the library next door.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just real quick, I want to make sure, Travis, will you teach them how to use the kiosk? Eli.
He'll probably teach
Yeah,
me.
I was gonna say I'm better with technology.
wait a minute. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the young
Yeah,
one.
he's the young one.
I'm
So
half
will you,
his
Eli,
age.
will you teach Travis how to use that?
I'll try. Yeah.
Do what you can. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. So kiosks are going to be awesome. Great direction of what's going on in the county.
Right. It was, we could have bought a whole lot of ads and this and that, but with these kiosks, they're going to be around a while.
Oh, yeah.
So we were real pleased, and actually a lot of places around the state have copied us, and
Cool.
they started buying them, and so we're pleased with the way they've turned out. Everybody seems to pleased to have them when they, in their hotels, attractions, and of course city halls. And I think city hall is a great spot for them.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people coming in here paying bills and coming here. I know you got troves of people seeing you daily. So all those folks.
Well, we're trying to talk to as many people as we can because
Yeah.
we're obviously interested in people talking to us
Yeah.
about development of the city. But I think it's a great venue here. I think at the library's found it really good to have it too.
It's a lot nicer than a brochure stand, for
Right.
sure.
It really is, and I think that's the piece that you really did. I think again, it's nice to see that we're the standard bearers, right? Of
Right.
setting a marketing a trend as far
Yeah.
as how you actually navigate through a county and what we have to offer. So that's good stuff.
Yeah. So just a little bit. I'll run through real quick some other things we were able to do with the ARPA money. We were able to do streaming TV commercials and actually some broadcast TV. So I think a lot of people locally have seen some of the broadcast stuff that we did, but we did a lot of streaming up in Dayton, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. Those are some of our better feeder markets. So we did some up there, and we got good success from it. A lot of people going to the website asking for more information. So we sent out a lot of either email packets or email electronically information, and or a lot of people still like that thing in their hand. So we
Yep. And
physical
still gotta have those out
packets.
there for them, too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
okay, too.
Yeah, and we were able to do some things regionally too. The state gave some extra money if you would come together with some regional folks, and we were able to do some things. We were in like 5 of those. We did a garden trail, which Bernheim's a part of, which it's called the Kentucky Garden Trail. We did a Kentucky Black Trailblazers, which we have a sign down in front of Physical Court building. If you get a
That's
chance,
really cool.
Yeah,
the virtual
yeah.
story. I mean, it's really good. Have you seen that?
I've seen on Facebook a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
about
got
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Just be in front of it. Just click it on.
I keep meaning to go down there to the Bullitt County History Museum. I kind of want to check it out, but I haven't gotten down
Sherry Hattard, be love to see you.
So just so you know, a little plug in for that on the 19th, 10 to 3, that Saturday. You can come by and see them, and then obviously they can actually show you a little bit of that too. Travis will still have to show. I mean, Eli have to show you how to use that. too.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
broadcast
yeah.
live.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be really cool down there.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get Judge Executive on the show, but
Yeah.
hey Jerry, you got a few minutes?
Yeah,
it's all good. Get him on here.
Yeah.
I think it's great what you're doing, and I think obviously our annual event with you in the park is going to be a great thing. So tell me, what else are you guys focusing on the next 6 months to a year? What do you guys want to see? Because we understand the bourbon experience here, but we've kind of added some of the things, and we're hoping to be contributing to that. With obviously with the amphitheater out in the park, obviously the aquatic center, doing things to keep enhancing your experience in Bullitt County.
What y'all are doing here is just unbelievable from where we've been to where we're going now, and the vision that we have with everything that's coming on. But what you mentioned there with the, of course, the aquatic center, and our big deal right now that's going to take a lot of my time is going to be helping out with the beautification over the aquatic center by redoing the building over there.
Yeah,
that
we haven't
gonna-
talked about that
Yeah,
yet. We got
yeah.
a neighbor right here called Tourism, going to be right with our neighborhood. It's going to be great to right out front. So I like it from a traffic standpoint. Really some visibility there, give you a chance. Because I think a lot of people do, could they just do the email stuff, right? Or to go on the websites and check things out and say, hey, what's going on in Bullitt County?
Yeah.
But you're going to be right there.
Yeah.
A lot of folks that come in and actually see it, whether it's tournaments, different events that are going on at the Aquatic Center, they get a chance to stop right there.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for the tourism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think we want as many people to know. Again, we're a little prejudiced here. We love our community. We love
Better be careful
Bullitt
saying
County.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can be prejudiced about Bullitt
Clip that
County.
and post it.
Again, how many words have I said bad since we started
We're just
this
gonna have the
episode?
clip. We're a little prejudiced here.
Jose's going to
Go
be
check out the new episode.
episode.
Might be good marketing, actually. It might be smart.
We might get more viewers on this one, Troy. Why we had Troy Beam on there? We're all just prejudiced.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. It's not maybe the best marketing ploy we've ever come up with.
funny. It's
But
okay. It's better than
try
midgets.
we try to have fun with it. But I do think that what you're looking at doing, I think Bullitt County has an opportunity. Again, I was in a morning service yesterday, and I think we're pretty much in one of the fastest growing counties in the state.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
got to be.
Yeah, is that what you've been hearing too, Troy?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's a big piece because why they're going to start wanting to come around and see the things that are going on, the developments, all the our biggest piece is retail. I mean, obviously we need housing, and we need to fix the water, and we're always going to have traffic, some opportunities there. But I think if we have a retail package when it comes into better shopping, full service restaurants, we are talking to folks, private investment on bowling alley, gun range here in town.
Yeah.
And so those things make a difference. A sports complex would really dynamically change Shepherdsville, especially being right on 65.
But what you're doing downtown, making it, showing something. We're going to have a charming downtown.
And that's
That's the hub. When
That's right.
people, when people want to come to a town, they check out the downtown, and we're going to have one now. And it's going to be something to see. So when you add that to what we already have, and of course the other stuff that you're going to bring on, it's going to be Katie bar the door.
Yeah, I really think so. Obviously, with the Salt River and
But
all
we
the
won't
flooding.
we won't bar the door.
No, we won't. We're going to open that door and put,
Yeah, right,
put neon on the frame of the door.
Yeah.
So we are. We really. I joke about that all the time. On I-65, I'd love to put a sign, "We're open for business."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it really is the philosophy. We want to change what's dynamically happened is the brand has changed. Tourism has always been a good brand here in the county, but I think Shepherdsville is now going to be a better partner of that. I think Mount Washington's a really good community. We have Hillview doing some things there. LJ's not developed, and it's going to be. I tell people all the time, you got to watch LJ over the next 10 years. The development down there, as they kind of see some of the things that happen in Shepherdsville, are going to happen down there. Infrastructure is a big piece.
Yeah.
Obviously, traffic opportunities. But for us, we're going to be a better part of that. I agree with you on the downtown piece. We have people that have decided to invest in those buildings down there. We have lost some buildings over the floodplain. I mean, all that, the flooding that's happened over the years. But we can restore it in a way that people can enjoy coming down there and then actually going into the park. Whether it's just to be part of that part of the park or actually go into the amphitheater or actually eventually go over to the playground area. There's just opportunity with the park. And so because we can be a better part of that, I think it changes. Bullitt County becomes this two thriving cities at this point. Again, we always look at that we have a chance to make Bullitt County better, but what is that? And so most of it becomes, how do you grow? And do you grow the right way? And so, the housing piece is always a big part of that, making sure that we have availability. Because people want to leave. I'm not going to lie about this one. You can mark this down. They want to leave Louisville.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We can talk about school, we can talk about taxes, we can talk about the crime.
Yeah.
So we want the good, working, hard folks that live in Louisville that see us as an opportunity to be here.
Yeah.
We're not Shelby County or Oldham County, but we are. I'll tell you what we offer in our county, we have more things we offer than they do over there.
Yeah, you get into the ground level over here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're not
absolutely.
yet.
Yeah. Well, we think that obviously if you look at growth, we obviously the opportunities with the topography of some of the land that we look at and look where housing can be, because we do know that we have. The school system with the sports programs. That's important to families. People forget that. You come and see the nice facilities we have at these schools. They've got some middle school programs now that we've met with Lee Barger and Jesse on. We've met with them. Good partners there. So we'll have a swim team here. Each high school will have a swim team, and this will be their home field. The 5K in the park will be the home field for the kids to run. So we feel like there's a way that we can keep offering to make us. We're like the next piece to make Bullitt County even that much bigger and better to come live.
Right. I think we could easily become the swim tournament capital of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I really
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I think that
so
piece
centrally.
changes. I think you're right. I think, and again, it ties into everything. I always think of, when I think of bourbon, I always think of Derby, right? How can we look at, and I know we'll be talking about that in the upcoming year, how can we put on a couple events that symbolize our connection? We're 20 minutes from Churchill Downs.
Yeah, right.
We're close enough that we need to see how that partnership works. Again, small steps. We took small steps with the whiskey, wine, ale, and it was a home run. It really was a great event.
I'm
a lot
sure.
of fun.
I'm sure we probably get a lot of people in town for Derby that stay in our hotels too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're
Yeah.
here for Derby already. So it'd be kind of cool if there was already Derby events in
Yeah.
town for them to go to.
Right.
Absolutely. We're thinking about the adult drunk Gawker Ball as a Derby event. That was the one event. I think we were going to do that. I was going
I
to.
don't know. You keep bringing it up.
I was going to chair
into
the
it.
event.
Yeah.
I was going to get Troy to we'll do shots, and then we'd go out and do Gaga Ball. I think it's a wonderful Derby event.
Yeah.
Sorry, Troy. We actually go sideways all the time because this guy, Jose, he goes sideways.
Yeah, we'll film that and put it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But we
That's
do
what we
think
should have done. We should have taped outside.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah,
Like one
watch
of those
this.
news broadcasters where there's like a hurricane. Yeah.
It's sunny today. But I do think, I do think there's a Derby field that we could be a partner of. And
could,
again, we
yeah.
have a great we have a great bourbon experience that I know people would love to. And again, the golf course, I've played golf a number of times out there with people that came from Chicago, California, New York, said that they clicked in a place to play golf, and then they got bourbon experience. So a lot of them were going either playing golf, next day going to Churchill Downs or doing a Jim Beam experience. So it's really cool. And there's so many good experiences in our Bourbon Trail.
Yeah.
You don't want to forget that.
Yeah, the golf course is a hidden gem that I don't want to be hidden.
No.
It is just,
No.
it's second to none.
Yeah, it's a beautiful golf. Yeah, and I know it's in the top 10 of public courses. in
it
the States.
continues to be award-winning year in and year out somewhere. A magazine somewhere usually
Absolutely.
names it in the top 5 somewhere. But
So what's next spring? You got? You got some things you want to announce to us, or let us know what's going on. Just tidbits of stuff.
Well,
we're gonna give away no top secrets here.
Yeah. Any breaking news?
Yeah, of course, the Wine, Whiskey, and Ale Trail Fest. We're going to build on the success that we had this
that was
year.
great. That was great.
And for a first time event, and to really be surprised at the number of people that showed up, it went extremely well. But it can go even better.
So there's two things there. First of all, he said it went extremely well is because what we meant by that is that everybody was participating and making it a great event, no issues. Everybody kept the place clean. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, you've left this part out. They did a great job marketing this.
Yeah.
It was you really did,
Yeah.
and it was everywhere.
Yeah, we
and I
did.
thought the radio spots that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Tell a little bit about some of the marketing you did for this.
Yeah, of course, we did some radio spots with in Louisville and Lexington. We did KSR did some stuff with it. We even did down in Bowling Green. So of course we flooded the social media pages here locally.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
and so and you guys do a good job, really good job here with your Facebook social media.
Yeah, that's not any of us here. That's
yeah.
Amber
That's
Older.
Amber. That would be
yeah,
Amber.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I would love to take a little credit for that.
Yeah.
That would be a lie. That'd be a
Yeah.
lie. But she does a great job for us, and I love that piece because we want to everything that goes on in the county. She tries to find some way to promote it out there for us,
Yeah.
and I think that's great because it is about Shepherdsville, but it is about the county. I mean, I really mean that, and I say that as mayor because I'm responsible for this city, but I'm proud of this county, and I love the growth. I love all the things that you got going on. Anything else you'd like to tinker with? I know we talked a little bit about Derby. We haven't sat down and talked about that. But anything else? I mean, can we do like a pumpkin drink? I mean, can we do like a pumpkin and you fill it with like bourbon and get a big straw or something?
Is that something people do?
I don't know. I'm just.
It is now.
It is now. I mean, can I just get an ordinance
Get some
passed?
pumpkin seeds,
We have
pumpkin, some pulp in there.
That'd be great when we open
Choice.
a new visitor center. Get us a liquor license.
Oh, there you go.
Were you talking about
yeah.
we could do bourbon tastings
You know
daily. and
what?
Bourbon pumpkin spice lattes.
See,
in the
look
fall.
at
The question is,
See, I got
is,
Troy on my team. Okay, you see this?
I'm just thinking of the poor person who has to scrape out all the inside of those pumpkins before you put it in.
We're just doing the pie pumpkins,
Yeah.
not the big ones, just the pie
Yeah.
pumpkins.
That might be harder.
Isn't like the remember like the pineapple drinks and then the coconuts?
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
do pumpkin with bourbon in it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fine as long as I don't have to scrape them.
yeah.
It's gonna be.
It'll look cool.
It's gonna be Eli.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll
So-
have to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think that's not come in. It'd be kind of cool if you can come in there and have a little
Yeah,
tasting. That'd be
yeah.
kind of cool.
I think
Wouldn't
we'd
it
be
be cool?
the first in the state, and there's nothing wrong with being that.
We do
Number
want
one.
anything that again we're also looking at an open container policy because I've been told, and I've still got some legal work on it. But if you have a place that's adjacent to the park, like that where the coffee and wine is, and then
Right.
obviously Salt River, that I believe you can take an open container into the park. And so we're working at. I'm sure some people are going to send something to me.
It's an entertainment
Trying.
district.
But it is.
It's an
And-
entertainment
but like
district. is what
Nashville
it's
does
called.
that,
Yeah.
and I think
Bardstown does it now.
Yeah, and so and I know, and I think Indianapolis has some. I mean, so
Yeah.
again,
Oh, yeah.
we just need to figure out what that is. But what a great experience!
Yeah.
Have a glass of wine, head into the park, and head straight to the amphitheater if there's a concert or something going on.
Yeah.
Or, of course the I'm not sure the makeup and logistics of how the coffee house, wine house, and the brewery will be, but being able to take one to the other
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You could make a small entertainment district, and then of course take it on into the park too.
Yeah, I just
So,
we're working on it, guys, but we're always trying to find, like you said, let's be the first. Let's
Yeah.
look at some new frontier.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think it'd be great coming to the visitor center. You can just sample a
Yeah.
couple of bourbons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
take your beer up to the history museum. And,
Yeah.
go on in the courthouse.
I don't know how much of the history you'll remember, but you know you had some history.
You ever watch
Yeah,
that show
yeah.
Drunk History?
No.
Oh, you've never seen that?
No.
Oh, it's a good show.
Wow.
Have you ever seen
Drunk
it?
History?
It was on Comedy Central. It was they would have like comedians and stuff, and they would tell a history, like a story from history, but they would get like super drunk before they did it. So they're like, it would just be like a drunk person rambling about history, and then they acted out how they're describing.
Oh my.
So they have other actors, and they play out what they're describing, and they're like narrating the story. But it's a lot of funny.
So let me put this together. We have an episode of Yes Way Jose, and we're going to do drunk versions of some kind of history. Is that what I heard? I mean, we already went to the pumpkin and bourbon thing. So I mean, everything's on the table.
Yeah.
right
That way you
now,
could,
right?
that's what you could drink your pumpkin. You could have your pumpkin drink.
Yeah.
That could be Bullitt County's donut burger. You know what I mean? Like how they had the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That could be our thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think you guys, you can't be like me. I'm the only one that gets distracted.
I get distracted.
You do get distracted.
Don't put that on me. I get distracted.
All right.
Squirrels all the time.
Yeah, squirrels. That's me. That's me. Oh yeah, they do it to me all the time. Squirrel.
Yeah.
But I do think I want people to really understand this partnership.
Yeah.
Obviously between tourism and you got the conference center, you guys, and we've seen other agencies. I mean, we just met with CoSAR Charities yesterday morning, trying to involve all of our entities to work together.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a little sensitive sometimes from the bourbon experience and how that fits in the community and what you try to do with that. But we have great because remember, we actually did what for turnaround?
Oh, a lot of money.
We raised $11,000
Yeah.
for the turnaround last summer, and I think it's great to look at some of that. I'd love to talk to you more about some of the things. So we're talking about sponsorships for the aquatic center for some of the kids and looking at the lower income families. I want that experience to be there, and these guys know I'm always slipping the aquatic center into the
Yeah.
conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He's good at it.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it. But I think it's important.
You mentioned water. He's going to mention that.
Absolutely.
You
But
should give all of your NIL money to
Oh.
charity, because I know you have a big contract.
Let me see. Let me get back with you on that one, Troy. I'll get back with
How much
you.
you making
I'm
off those
trying.
love piece chicken
I'm
grease
trying to
shirts?
get one.
So
I
I'm
can't
trying to
seem
get. I should brand my logo here on
Yeah.
the. You'll be doing that later today.
Yeah.
With this, Troy.
Yeah.
But I think it's great to see the partnership and things that you're doing. I think you really marketed this thing really well with this event this last summer. It's great that we were able to return some money back to an organization that's helping women and families.
Exactly.
So we always talk about this. We talk about every guest we have on, but we talk about working together because we not only have all these wonderful projects and already a bourbon experience and so many more things, golf course, kart country, and things like that. But we still have to remember our community needs help for some folks. And we can't forget that. In every episode, I'm hoping everybody understands that, yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to joke a little bit and really enjoy the episodes. But we want to make sure that we're always focused on taking care of those less fortunate. And whatever way we do that. And it was great that you did that on top of everything else with great experience for everybody. Because we had people from everywhere.
Yeah.
We had people from out of state. I remember some people
Oklahoma,
from Illinois.
a lot of Southern
wow.
Southern Illinois,
We sure
Southern
did.
Indiana. Yeah, Nashville. Because we asked, of course, we had to
Absolutely.
check their ID, so that's a wonderful
Absolutely.
way to figure that one out.
I used my
So,
fake ID that day.
Yeah,
I used my fake ID that day.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get a
I
pumpkin.
wouldn't be. No, I wouldn't get a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But I do. I think it was really cool that we had that, and I think the fact that on the interstate like that, that's the piece that works for us, right?
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
If you're coming through here, and we traveled out west, and we stopped just wherever. We stopped
Yeah.
at maybe
Yeah.
somewhere small town to stop in and see how things were.
Yeah.
We want that to be kind of the experience. If you're
Right.
driving down 65 up or south or north, come see us.
Yeah.
Just stop by,
Yeah.
see what's the downtown area for a tasting and stuff like that. That'd be great.
I tell people there was was it a movie or something called The River Runs Through It?
Yeah.
Several years ago.
Yeah.
I always say, well, the interstate runs through it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got an interstate and a
Shepherdsville.
river. We
And
got
a river,
both.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people
Yeah.
that's really an interesting thing for people to understand. We don't get too much into the business world. I'm getting the weeds on this, but being that interstate runs right through the middle of the city, 15 minutes from the airport,
Yeah.
there's a part of this city that's going to be a certain way. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say the bad word.
Warehouses.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think, for people to understand that piece and the fact that between our bourbon experiences,
Wine.
and wine, we have 4 great wineries. Just
Award-winning.
award-winning.
A few years ago, they had a state fair wine competition for bigger wineries,
Uh-huh.
and Bullitt County's wineries took 80% of the medals.
Oh, yeah.
statewide.
Yeah, I mean,
it
it's
was-
really.
it
I
was
mean, if
unbelievable.
you have him into him, and he's not old enough yet.
Yeah.
No, Eli. No, not
Yeah.
yet. But
Gotta
when you
give
can,
gotta give a shout out to Butch Meyer. You know, he
yeah.
helped.
Oh, he's the
start-
ambassador.
Yeah,
Butch is the ambassador.
Yeah.
How come
Hi,
ours
Butch.
is so good? Is it just the soil? Our soil's better or something?
Well, Butch Meyer's a whole lot of it. He helped
No.
start. He helped start, of course, Forest Edge
Yeah.
and,
Oh, okay. So he
and
just knows what
Brooks
he's doing.
Hill and
Yeah.
Millanova
Yeah, and Whitewater.
all of them.
Jim-
I guess
Jim-
you'd say.
Jim's a good one down
yeah,
there,
Jim's
too.
Jim's a great winemaker.
Yeah,
so-
got a great wine. If you go to it, you can see the vineyard and stuff. It's a great experience with these folks. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Bourbon experience or wine experience. We have good things going on. I love to ask when I go to the Forest Edge or one of the ones. I go ask who's there, where
Yeah.
you from.
Yeah.
And you'd
Yeah.
be amazed. They're not always locals.
Right.
Yeah.
They stop in. They've seen it somewhere along the way to have a
Yeah.
glass of wine as they go down the trip.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we've got the ale in Mount Washington. It's soon to have the ale in Shepherdsville. That's exciting.
See, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I just think it's good for us to have things here because I always try to say, if we can stay in the county and get what we want, let's stay in the county. Let's spend
Yeah.
our money here. Let's
Yeah.
work with our local businesses.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of our
Yeah.
partnership because a lot of these are local businesses. These are not major
Right.
chains or corporations
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
I think it's good that we keep it as local as we can.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think there's good stuff going on. But
Fall break coming up, tell people, hey, it costs a lot of money to drive places. That,
Oh, yeah.
gas prices are down a little bit, but still a staycation, there's not a thing wrong with it,
No.
especially when you can do it here with take your kids to Cart Country, Bernheim, and then get them a babysitter, and you go to the wineries and the distilleries, and you could have 4 or 5 days of great time and save a lot of money.
anyway, so what are you doing Friday, Saturday, and all day Sunday? I need some help watching some of my grandkids.
No.
I'm gonna take that as a maybe.
He
Sounds
starts
like
Monday at UPS.
Oh
do.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
finally.
so this job's not paying enough for him.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
the benefits. No, it's not enough for him.
You should learn to sing. That would probably help.
He
I
can.
can.
He can. He can sing. He can. He can sing.
yeah.
He can
He can
sing.
sing.
Yeah, we ought to do an episode with you singing. We got Troy here. We need.
That's
to
a
make
good
sure.
idea.
We
I
got-
like that idea.
You can sing even better than me.
See,
I don't know about
yeah.
that.
Wait, can we do an episode? We might have to do that. But
Ratings will skyrocket.
the skyrocket with these two talented folks here.
Yeah.
I think I can't say thank you enough for what you do because I do
thank you.
think that your family. It's a great. Can you just tell me a little bit about your family? I think we haven't. That's a bit. Secret.
Yeah,
They've
well,
been here 1,000 years apparently.
Yeah,
1,000
yeah.
years.
Well, Jim Beam and my great granddad were brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Isn't this cool? I love this.
So
I
after,
love this.
Yeah, after Prohibition, my great granddad Park Beam and Jim Beam started the distillery back up, of course, there in Claremont, and they called my granddad home. He was working out for the 3 C's. That's how he. They said, "Hey, we can't feed you anymore. Go work for the 3 C's, which is Civilian Conservation Corporation."
Yeah, it was one of the federal government.
Yeah, they were out in California, or he was out in California, and they called him home, and he was young enough. My great granddad and Jim were, in their 70s, and
Wow.
so he was the backbone of the hard work. And then he made master distiller and worked there. Was master distiller and vice president for 40 years. And,
Isn't it cool? This is that's a
Yeah.
great. This
Yeah.
is,
I didn't put it together that the beam.
I
was-
love the history.
from
of
Jim
this.
Beam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, my dad, he was a distiller. My uncle Baker, which
Ah,
who
yeah.
you've
Oh,
met,
I like
and
Baker.
Baker still lives
Yeah.
out there in Claremont, of course, I'm out here peddling the visitor experience here in Bullitt County,
Yeah.
which is a whole lot like a whole lot of bourbon in that, but
Oh, yeah.
a whole lot of other things too. So I've been blessed to somewhat stay in the business. But
you're in the business.
Yeah,
You're in the business. It never,
Yeah,
it never
yeah.
leaves your family. That's a
Yeah.
great story, though. I love hearing that. 'cause
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't put that
fun.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. I guess it's better than being Smith.
I think it's good to have a name like Beam because it gives you a chance to tell your story.
Yeah.
And I think you've done a good job representing the county
Yeah.
and tourism. And what I want more than anything else is I want people to know who you are. I think a lot of people do already since you've been doing this for a while. But as new families and folks that come into this city and into this county, I want them to know we've got people doing things like you guys are doing and many others. We have a great group of people. I said this to somebody yesterday. It is amazing over the last year how everybody wants to get engaged in this development of this community.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, what we can do, different nonprofit organizations, or whether it's different businesses that want to come in and say, hey, we want to be part of things here.
Yeah.
That's a big deal to me
Yeah.
because it changes the brand of Shepherdsville.
Yeah.
We have shirts that say, I am Shepherdsville. Well, I'm very proud to be part of Shepherdsville.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what we're seeing now, a different brand, a different feel, right?
Right.
Kind of,
Yeah.
it's this thing I want to
Momentum.
be contagious. I don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
I don't want COVID. I want Shepherdsville
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
to
we
be
don't want
contagious.
COVID. Yeah.
It's momentum.
Yeah,
It's
so-
got a lot of great momentum.
I think we're in a great spot right now. But again, hopefully we continue to do that and never forget the roots,
Yeah.
the history of the community, and keep doing things, because there's a lot of folks that take a lot of pride. Just now want to see some of these things develop, because we have a lot of new families going to be moving here.
Yeah.
Think about the next 10, 20 years. Dynamics are going to change. Demographics are going to change.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. But I think what you're doing, and as you kind of continue to do that, and you find your person that you're going to hand that off to, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Because you're setting foundations for a lot of good stuff. Some things have been in place. Some new things that you guys are working with are going to be great for us. And again, some of the automation,
Yeah.
the kiosks are great.
Yeah.
So, Troy, I got to tell you, thank you for being the partner you are. We're glad to have you on the show.
It's great to be a partner, and great to have a great partner like the city of Shepherdsville and you, Mayor.
No, I appreciate that. And I didn't pay him anything to say that. I'll give him something after the show, but I didn't pay him anything before he said it.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, so we have one tradition. We started here about, 5 or 6 episodes ago?
Oh, wait, we got to get the email address.
Oh, my God. Look at you get us started.
We actually have a couple emails if you want to answer them.
I do. Go bring them up. All
All
right. Anyway, first of all, what is that email address?
YesWayJosemail@gmail.com.
Yes, way, Jose.
Mail. At gmail.com. Yeah. YesWayJosemail.
I was waiting for him to do it with
Oh,
you.
yeah, no, he was behind.
Oh.
He's way
What
behind.
happened? We're behind in that. Eli, you guys were like in synchrony. And
It's been a while. All right.
Can we practice before the show? They every time I said it, they could do it right together. It sounded really cool. All right, what was that email address again?
YesWayJosemail@gmail.com.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Everybody's going to know
All right.
that one.
What you got? What you got?
Well, the first one's from my wife. She keeps telling me to read this email.
Okay.
I've had it for about 2 months now.
All right.
She says, "Hi, Jose, Travis, and Eli. I just want to take a moment to express my appreciation for the podcast. I may or may not be a bit biased, but I have really
Maybe.
enjoyed the content and learning more about the exciting developments in Shepherdsville. I also have a couple of questions. Eli, hearing you talk about Gaga Ball is truly inspiring." She said, "I'm curious to know when you discovered that this was your passion." And then for Jose, she says, "I was wondering if there were any plans for the space where Publishers used to be located." And she says, "Keep up the great works, guys. Love, peace, chicken grease."
See, she's on the team.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, you want to answer about why your inspiration for Gaga Ball and where you're going to go with it? Maybe.
As soon as this podcast started, is when my passion for Gaga Ball
As soon as he
started.
heard about it.
Yep.
So, Troy, we got to tell you something. We were using the Gaga Ball in a lot of the first episodes. We made everything up. His team won championship team. It's a 12-year-old team. He had bearded kids on the team. He had a kid driving another.
He
kid.
actually got me a medal. I have it hanging. I have a deer in my room, and it's hanging on one of the antlers. Yeah.
It's so funny. We made all of it up. They went to Hawaii for their championship
Oh.
trip. They got 5-pound rings on their fingers,
Yeah.
and we just made all kinds of stuff. But we had a good time with it because it was all based on Eli and his team. So we
Also promoting Gaga Ball. We're going to have a lot of
We
Gaga
will.
Ball.
Again, Gaga Ball is. I'm telling you, once I learned what it was, I mean, and kids love it. They love that sport. So again, maybe it's just the old-fashioned part of me that didn't catch up with the new sports for kids.
Yeah.
But now I get it. But listen, a great question on the Publishers Building, and I want you to know it's right in the center of our community.
Yeah.
We talked about the Aquatic Center where the Stout Building was, which was an eyesore. So we removed that, got that there. I would love to see that building. I know it's the Simon family, and that own that building, and so there's a little bit of activity inside the building on both the north and south ends of the building, but it has a big area in there for a sports complex or an outlet mall inside of it. Both of them could be in there and make accommodations. We get it. Things have changed. The economy has changed, and obviously that building does not have that. We're encouraging all private investment.
Yeah.
From a standpoint of the city, we don't own it. We would love to see somebody encouraged to look at that building and see what they could do with it. I'll be honest with you. The really cool thing was, if we didn't do anything else with that building, I'd love to see some murals on it.
Yeah.
So that when you came through, said maybe a
cool.
bourbon experience, maybe
Yeah.
some horses,
Murals
a
are
horse
huge.
farm. I think that'd be really cool. So,
Jose.
Just Jose's face.
no, we're not trying to
Love,
scare.
peace, chicken
Love, peace,
grease.
chicken
Yeah, we could do that. we could do the love piece chicken grease. But I do think it'd be cool to see that with a little different flair inside of a city. I think it'd be really cool. And so we don't know. We've not reached out to this. If this podcast gets out and somebody hears it and does it, we have not talked to anybody with the family. We'd love to look at it. We'd love to see BC. They've got a great art program. If they would love to put something together that would show off the bourbon experience and the horses and our basketball, that's what we do. We're good at all three of those things.
Yep.
And so we'd like to see something like that would reflect, and then maybe a bison. Because, I mean, I saw a lot of them out west the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And that's our history for Shepherdsville, right?
Yeah.
The trails and
Yeah.
and the Salt River. So we want to do that. So that's kind of the answer. What's your next?
We got another one. This one is not from my wife. This one is from someone named Callie Holman.
Callie Holman.
She says, "Hey there, my husband and I moved to Shepherdsville in July. We were so excited to find your podcast. It's a great way for us to find out about the area. We're both Kentucky natives, but not from Shepherdsville. My husband got a job working out of Louisville, and we didn't want to live in the city, and we're happy to find a house here. We have enjoyed the farmers market, park, new library, and are very excited about the aquatic center. We've got 2 littles. Anyways, we'd love to hear an episode about what people who move to Shepherdsville should know about the town, history, places to visit, things to see, proud moments, etc. Thanks so much for everything you're doing, and keep up the good work. Sincerely, Callie. P.S. We'd be up for an adult Gaga Ball league.
All right.
So the Gaga Ball's catching on, I guess.
All right. So again, I'll first of all, thank you, Callie, for that, because we do want people to know that when we started this, Troy, we wanted it to be a meeting. These 2 fine gentlemen came to me. Well, okay, gentlemen.
There's one and a half fine gentlemen.
But they came to me and said, look, we're looking for a medium that's different, because, a lot of times the social media's got some opportunities. Let's say that. The TikTok thing's kind of crazy at times. And so we're here, 2 younger folks here looking for a different medium. So they came to me. We put this together as a way to talk about what's going on and talk to the leaders, people that are shaker movers like yourself and others who've made differences in this community. So we're hoping that works, and I appreciate that. And I've heard some from other people just talking to me, love the podcast. We're just trying to do things out there to be funny, but also bring people in that make a difference in the community. So with that said, we will work on some history things. How about we do that, and then we'll have a singing one too. I'm still thinking the singing one's going to come up here. These guys, but they both. I don't. Which one sings better? I don't know. I know I can't.
We
sing.
both sound the same. Actually, everybody says they can't tell which one it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well,
Well, tell Callie, thank you, and if you're listening, obviously we appreciate that, because
she's looking for something to do. www.travelbullet.org.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, we
There you
have
go.
the
There you
perfect
go.
guest on for this. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep looking at things. Obviously, Amber with the community planner always puts out things for everything going on. So, but listen, we have a great show again today. We appreciate that. Thanks for weathering the weather.
Yeah.
Weathering the weather.
How
Yeah.
about
There
that?
you go.
Something like that. But anyway, so we have one last requirement of you. I think you can do it. I'm not sure. Do we ever actually interview for qualifications to do this last thing?
No.
We don't tell them until they get here.
Yeah. Usually they don't know until they're going to do it.
till we get real. So we're going to end the program. But Troy, thank you very much for coming on. 1, 2, 3. We're going to say love, peace, chicken grease. So are you ready, Troy?
Ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thank you, Troy.
Thank
hey,
you.
thanks for everybody listening.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll talk to you soon. See ya.
We will.